Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sid, and in today's video I am going to be talking about some controversial pet owners who are also YouTubers. So I'm going to start this video off pretty tame by talking about a pet owned by the British YouTubers Tanya Burr and Jim Chapman. They got a dachshund dog named Martha, who became a well-known fixture on their channels. She would be present in their vlogs and would even have videos centered entirely around her. She's also been all over their friends' and family's social media, so Martha was seemingly a big part of their lives and their family. But when Jim and Tanya divorced, Martha disappeared and nothing was ever said. When I decided to look into what happened to Martha, I decided I would message Tanya and see if she would reply. But when I went to message her, I found that there was already a message there. It was a message I sent in 2021 asking what happened to Martha. I got no reply, but that is how long I have been invested in what has happened to this dog. While I direct messaged Tanya, many people were just publicly asking her in the comments of her Instagram posts, and somebody made a post on Reddit talking about what happened to them when they left a comment asking what happened to Martha. In their post, they said they politely asked what happened to Martha, and then they were blocked. After that, Tanya didn't just block accounts, she also blocked certain words from being said on her social media. You could no longer comment the word dog or Martha, otherwise the comment would just not appear at all. So of course people came up with workarounds. Where is the long, small, four-legged creature? Where is the canine? Or where is the sausage? The phrase people came up with that stuck the most was, where is the hound? So people were still coming up with ways to ask, but Tanya still never answered the question. People even began asking former friends of theirs whenever they got the chance.
You still need to tell us, where is Martha? Oh my god. Is that Jim and what's her face? Tanya's dog? I don't know. I'm not getting involved in all that where is the hound business.
And people also weren't just asking Tanya, they were also asking Jim. And Jim did actually respond to a comment about it. One comment said that dogs are for life. And then he replied to that saying, they are. Which is why it's awful when they're given away without you even being able to say goodbye or do something about it. He was later asked about Martha in a British YouTuber documentary, and he refused to say anything.
I've got to ask, because I filmed with Martha before, and this is now a question everyone needs to know.
I don't know if I can, in a way, it's not my story to tell. I know she was my dog, she was our dog, but I don't know if I can talk about it because I don't know, because it's now become such a thing.
Right.
But it wasn't my thing or my decision. Yeah, I just don't want to say anything that might be misconstrued or point fingers or anything like that.
And honestly, it is pretty understandable that he may not want to dredge up any old stuff and cause drama with Tanya potentially. But what's strange is that he previously did a podcast where he alluded to Tanya cheating in their relationship, and that caused a bunch of people to comment on Tanya's page calling her a cheater, before she blocked that word as well, of course. So yeah, it's strange that he's willing to say that on a podcast, but will not address Martha at any costs. While Tanya and Jim weren't addressing what happened to Martha, their siblings decided to chime in. Tanya's brother did a Q&A on Instagram, and somebody asked something about Martha, and he at least confirmed that Martha was not dead. Jim's sister Sam also chimed in. On an online forum, she said that Martha lives in Norfolk in the United Kingdom with another sausage dog and is happy and healthy. Jim's other sister, Nicola, also received many questions about what happened to Martha, and she was the one who finally decided to answer what happened. In August of this year, 2025, she posted an almost 4-minute long video talking about it.
I will quash a myth of a tale as old as time. where is the hound? And Jim had to move out, and he moved into a flat that I had in London, which had no garden whatsoever. Around the same time, Martha had a problem with her back and she could no longer go upstairs. So Martha had to have rehab for her back to try and make that better. This also meant she needed a lot more time and 24-hour care, and obviously Jim and Tanya had separated, so it made it very difficult. So obviously, both of them being responsible owners, they reached out to family and friends to see if anyone could help. And my other sister-in-law, Rosie, her best friend already has a sausage dog and lives on a farm in Norfolk. So Martha is still alive. She's absolutely fine. They gave money for her to continue her rehab, and now no one needs to ask us anymore what happened to Martha Moo. Case closed. Cue video of Martha.
So yeah, that is what happened to Martha. But first I want to quickly thank today's sponsor, Ava, a membership designed to help you build credit and save responsibly in a way that feels achievable. Click the link in the description box and use code Dwyer to try Ava for $1 in your first month and start building credit with the bills you already pay. Because most of us pay bills and rent every single month, but the frustrating part is that those kinds of payments typically don't count towards our credit. Ava's rent and utility reporting changes that. It lets you get credit for payments you're already making, like rent, water, electricity, even your phone bill. There's no credit checks to join, no late fees, and Ava only reports positive payment history, so there's no risk of it hurting your credit score. You can even get up to 2 years of past rent payments instantly added, which can help strengthen your credit profile a lot faster than starting from scratch. It's one of the easiest ways I've seen to build credit if you don't want to take on new debt or open up another traditional credit card, and that is just one part of the membership. Ava also gives you access to the Ava Credit Builder MasterCard, a credit card you can use for everyday essentials that reports activity to all 3 major credit bureaus, typically within 24 hours, so your regular spending can support your credit goals without interest or late fees. Plus there's the Save and Build loan, which is a low commitment way to build payment history month after month while gradually setting money aside. So by the end you've built a stronger credit profile and have savings waiting for you. What I really appreciate about Ava is that they keep things transparent. It's one membership that includes all of these tools. There's no upsells, no hidden fees, and everything is designed to work together to help you move towards your financial goals with confidence. Click the link in the description box and use code Dwyer to try Ava out for $1 in your first month and build credit with the bills you already pay. So anyway, now back to talking about YouTuber pets. So the next YouTuber I am going to talk about is Onision. I'm going to talk about his animals he kept in glass tanks. He kept 2 guinea pigs in a tank, which is far from ideal. Guinea pigs need proper ventilation, and a tank does not provide that. He also had just a small hide in the tank, and the bedding always seemed totally soiled. The nails were also getting pretty long. I can't imagine how stressed out those poor guinea pigs were. Someone who used to know Onision has since spoken out about the conditions the guinea pigs were kept in.
And then I looked at the guinea pig tank, which is small and in the sun and covered in poop, and their water bottle was empty. So clearly these animals were being...
So they weren't caring very well for their pets.
No.
An actress who worked with Onision, Madison DeCambra, ended up taking the guinea pigs in. She posted on her Facebook saying she got 2 guinea pigs and got them off someone who didn't want them anymore. She later wrote on Twitter that she told him his guinea pigs had fleas, needed fresh bedding, and their nails were so long they were curling. And that was when he told her he wasn't going to do anything about it so she could take them. They were able to recover from any issues Onision caused them because she wrote on Twitter that they lived happy, long lives. At least the guinea pigs got a happy ending, but the same could not be said for another one of his tanked animals. He got a Russian tortoise named Reptar, and there were immediately issues with this poor tortoise, but Onision did not realize it. He posted a photo of Reptar on social media saying that he got stuck and passed out, LOL. And while he may have been finding it funny, his followers were not. One person said that he lacked the proper care and setup, and he really did not have the correct setup. He kept Reptar on aquarium stones with a half water, half land living space. It appears he did have some sort of UVB globe, but he did not have a heat lamp. So it was incredibly unfortunate, but not surprising when he announced on social media Reptar passed away. He made a post saying he put Reptar underneath a plastic tub outside to enjoy the sun, and when he went to check up on him a few hours later, he was dead. He said Reptar was a desert turtle, so it wasn't the heat, and that he had plenty of air in the tub, so it wasn't that either. He also announced this on his YouTube channel, and of course there was a lot of backlash to this.
People calling me an animal abuser because I accidentally did something. I put a turtle in a large plastic container which had air coming in underneath of it. Okay, it wasn't a hot day. It was a pretty chilled day. So anyway, to all the morons who are blaming me for this, you better be a vegan, because if you're not a vegan, you're full of shit.
Animal control was called on him, and they did an investigation on him and believe that it was possibly the chemicals in the tub that gassed Reptar.
Just wanted to let you know the results of animal control coming. He said that putting a reptile in a plastic tub, even though it is 80 degrees out or whatever, could release gases in the tub that would cause a reptile to potentially die. So that's pretty hard to argue with. Though oxygen may be coming beneath the tub, you still have the gases being released. So even though I thought about oxygen, even though I thought about heat and all that, it didn't even for a second consider a chemical reaction, and that was my stupid fault. Anyway, so that's that.
Regardless, he should not have had Reptar to begin with, and his death was totally preventable. Talking about animal deaths that could have been prevented, I now want to talk about Logan Paul's pets. So what set into motion a series of unfortunate events was when he got a Pomeranian dog named Kong.
Are you a dummy, bro? You were gonna get killed for your actions one day. You are a tiny dog. Big dog will kill you.
Unfortunately, Kong was taken from Logan's backyard by a coyote. In Logan's video discussing Kong's death, he seemed to be aware of a coyote issue in the neighborhood, but did not realize it was his responsibility to ensure his animals stay safe, and instead expected someone else to do something about the coyotes.
I think something needs to be done about the coyote problem in our neighborhood. Some sort of protection, because this is getting ridiculous. Like, I'm not the only one in this neighborhood who's lost a dog.
Obviously, accidents do happen, and it can sometimes be incredibly difficult to protect your animal, but it is Logan's responsibility to ensure that his home is a safe space for his dog. So he attempted to protect his home from coyotes by getting another dog.
There's one dog that could hunt and kill coyotes. It's that.
Yeah, well, they don't even come in the yard.
The coyotes don't even come close?
They don't come.
Perfect.
This was a Tibetan Mastiff dog, which were originally bred to be guard dogs for property and livestock. He named this dog Ginger. 2 months after he had Ginger, she killed his parrot Maverick. This was Logan's pet bird he built an entire brand and clothing line around. So the fact the bird was gone was a pretty big deal to him.
First Kong and now Maverick, the iconic Maverick parrot, the inspiration behind the Maverick brand. Maverick by Logan Paul all started because this one little son, Kanye parrot, the pet that I've had for the longest time in my life, 7 years, at Maverick Parrot on Instagram, 1.3 million followers, 2.3 on the brand account. Dead? You're saying that bird is gone and killed by my other pet, Ginger.
From that point on, Ginger's life really started to go downhill. Logan sent her to a training facility in October 2019 to, I suppose, try and train the instinct of killing birds out of her. 4 months after being at that facility, Logan visited her for the first time.
She is a bad dog. We sent her away to bad dog camp and I haven't seen her in 4 months. Are you a good dog yet, Ginger? Are you a good dog yet? Is she getting any better, or is she just still a bad dog?
She's not going to be good in the structure that you have her at home, that's all. She's not a bad dog.
Hey, I'm gonna figure this out, all right, Ginge? You're gonna be a good dog soon.
The way he figured it out was by rehoming her in January 2021. So she spent almost a year and a half in that dog training facility. Ginger was rehomed to another dog trainer who also has a few other Tibetan Mastiffs. On the new owner's Instagram stories, she said that Ginger is sweet and adorable, but she doesn't want to paint the picture that Ginger is like a golden retriever and all trained now. On top of that, she said Ginger is a more difficult Tibetan Mastiff. So yeah, Logan had no business getting Ginger to begin with, but at least she ended up in a good home. He now has a new dog who has stuck around for a few years, and he does seem to be more attached to this one.
He puts his head right on my neck, and he cuddles with me, and he looks at me like this. Like, don't leave me, Dad. And I have to look at him back.
Probably because he saw what you did to the other dog.
A YouTuber who didn't get attached to any animals in her life was Trisha Paytas. So Trisha has made it very clear to her audience that she does not like animals, and in particular cats.
It's hard for people to be like, yeah, I would kill a dog or I'd strangle a cat. Like, no one's gonna do that.
I mean, I probably would if it was like okay to do. I mean, at the end of the day, I just hate them. Do I like animals? I'm not an animal lover. I don't want to own animals. I don't want to go pet animals. I don't get joy from seeing animals. There's cats everywhere. What's going on?
You don't like cats?
I don't like cats, and they're everywhere here.
You don't like cats?
I'm not a cat person.
I mean,
Cats
I understand like you don't want to own a cat, but you even when you see one, you're not like, oh, cute little cat.
No, I feel like they have like evilness in them.
But Trisha's now husband was very into cats. For over a decade, he has been posting cats to his YouTube channel, showing them off on Reddit, and constantly posting them to his TikTok account. These were all initially stray cats. He would take them in and keep some, but for the most part he would care for them and then rehome them.
Where the water museum is, there's an alley and there's lots of kittens and cats. So I brought the kittens inside and I just put them there. And then all those kittens were adopted. And then there was another alley cat that had more kittens. And they did the same thing, but they actually stayed kind of outside, but I fed them, and most of them were adopted too. So there were like 10 kittens that I fostered and that were adopted.
At the time Trisha came into his life, he had 3 cats that he named, and according to TikTok and Reddit post descriptions and various things he's said, he considered those his cats. Those cats were named Rain, River, and Snow. There was also a mother cat who gave birth to 4 kittens living on his property who he was feeding and taking care of. But Rain, River, and Snow were the cats he considered his. Because of all of these cats he was taking care of, he would regularly have to return home from staying at Trisha's house to feed them and take care of them, and Trisha did not like that.
You're the reason my mans keep trying to leave in the day. We could be out having pina coladas by the pool, but we gotta come home and visit these little bitches. What's this one's name?
Rain.
Rain, is this your favorite, right? Rain's gotta go. I'm like, are we gonna ever be able to live together? Because we have all these plants and cats. I hate his cats. I just don't like cats in general, and he's always with them. Like, okay, yeah, cats are not my favorite. I've never wanted to live with cats, like, ever. Like, that is a deal breaker. Like,
viewers began to notice that Moses was posting his cats less and less, and while Trisha was on the Frenemies podcast, she brought up that Moses doesn't even like the cats.
Oh, she's making Moses get rid of his cats, and you're like, oh my god, is this true? I was like, what the fuck? Moses is 42. He doesn't even like cats.
Dude,
he doesn't even want
stop.
his cats because he's
Calm
like,
down,
they
bro.
ruin his shit. Like, the fact that you guys are
Moses doesn't
that.
want his cats?
Moses?
In my living space.
So he'll keep him at the museum and not the house.
Other times when she has addressed the disappearance of his cats, she has said that he is allergic to them.
Moses is allergic to cats. This is the big key right here. Wow, you made him get rid of your cats. That's what you got from the whole story. Wow, you made him get rid of cats. He's allergic. He could have him in his house.
Moses was often seen interacting very closely with his cats, so while he may have actually been allergic to them, it clearly wasn't enough to be an actual interference in his relationship with them. On TikTok, someone made a comment saying that Trisha made him get rid of his cats, and he defended Trisha, saying that he never had cats live with him and that he's allergic to them. When Trisha and Moses first started dating, he actually got catfished, which is when somebody pretends to be somebody else. And Moses got pretty close to this catfish, to the point where he vented to them about some frustrations he was having with Trisha. In a series of messages, he said that Trisha wanted his cats dead and that she was jealous of them because he always went home to feed them and to be with them. So despite publicly acting as if Trisha did not impact his relationship with his cats, in private messages, it's a different story. And of course, all of the past interactions with his cats indicated that he liked his cats. It was also eventually revealed what happened to River, Rain, Snow, and some of the other cats. It was never explicitly said where Snow went, but they said she went to one of Trisha's makeup artists.
The last 3 ones were Snow, River, and Rain. And Snow is with one of your makeup artists. She has a daughter, so I always like to give kittens to people that have kids, and they're like best friends.
At first, they didn't outright say where River and Rain went, but Trisha said that they were rehomed together, and Moses said they went to a producer of the H3 podcast.
River and Rain were adopted by Dan, the producer of H3 podcast.
The YouTuber Adam McIntyre went on the Wendy Williams show for advice, acting as if he was friends with Moses.
And they've only been dating for less than a year, and she is obsessive. She's taking him away. She made him get rid of his cats because... yeah, she made him get rid of the cats because she was spending too much time with that. And us as well. My question is, should we be getting rid of him? What should we be doing? How do we confront this?
The H3 podcast reacted to this, and then Trisha made a response to them. In her response video, she confirmed which H3 producer took in the cats.
Celebrating our wedding and also talking about us in like the Wendy show, about Moses's cats, where Dan is laughing, and Dan has Moses's cats. Him and his girlfriend were more than excited to adopt those cats.
Dan and his now wife have posted River and Rain many times on their social media. As for the 4 kittens that came from the stray, unnamed mother cat that Moses was looking after, there's a bit of a question mark around them. We do know one kitten went to someone Moses knew.
The contractor has a kitten, they're best friends with his daughter.
And the only other kitten we know something about is the kitten that was given to Trisha's friend at the time, Shane Dawson.
Even the one he did rehome with Shane and Rylan, like, that cat was a stray, and Shane just saw it in a video and was like, oh, we'll take that one.
Which wasn't the best idea because cats haven't had the best experience around Shane. Any cat that has ever belonged to Shane has really gone through it.
Nobody wants to talk to you.
Poor Muffins. Don't say poor Muffins. Muffins is a stupid idiot. Anyways, she likes abuse.
The first cats his audience were introduced to were his family cats, Snoop and Muffins. Shane especially took a liking to Muffins for a couple of reasons. One was because she was a very vocal cat and would meow whenever Shane spoke to her.
I'll say hi, Muffins.
And for some reason he enjoyed messing around with her inappropriately.
Yo, pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss, just do it.
The other cat, Snoop, was named that because he was a very chill cat, as if he was smoking weed like Snoop Dogg.
Yo, he's real laid back, like he's been sipping on too much catnip. So I named him Snoop.
And because he didn't do much, Shane did not like him.
Oh, there's your cat.
Cat.
Which cat is this?
Which one is this? Oh yeah, that's Snoop.
Oh, Snoop. You don't like that one?
He doesn't do anything. And like, I'll throw something at him and he won't even move.
You're so nice to
This is kind of heavy. There we go.
There, now you
little
made it.
And you would think being very chill and relaxed would be a good thing for Shane, because he'd be able to do whatever he wanted to Snoop and have him not fight back. but when it came down to it, Shane preferred having a cat that would actually do stuff, and why it was so easy for him to treat his cats this way wasn't made clear until many years later when he revealed that he has never had an emotional connection to a cat.
I have never been a cat person. I've always been a dog person. Like, the only time I ever even connected to a cat was when I saw one dead on the street, because I'd be like, fucking me. But besides that, like, I've never had an emotional connection to a cat.
And his cats don't seem to have a connection to him either. In 2017, he got a cat named Cheeto, and Cheeto seemed to have difficulty dealing with Shane.
Show them how much you love me. Oh. Yeah.
I don't think he likes that. We can just go inside.
Compilations and fan edits were put together of all the times Cheeto was done with Shane, and honestly, I can't blame him. So in March 2019, when a podcast clip went viral of something Shane allegedly did to a cat, it was not a surprise why Cheeto didn't like him.
The things I've done to my poor animals, they will never love me. I've done terrible things. I used to...
Oh no, I don't know if you want to go there, Shane. What'd you do?
One time, I laid my cat down on her back.
Are you gonna get arrested for this?
I don't know. No.
Think about it.
I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back, and then I moved her little chicken legs, like, you know, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just, like, hump, but, like, on her tummy, like, that's not weird. Like, whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going, and I came all over the cat.
No, you did not.
It was, like, my first sexual experience.
No
I was also,
way.
like, 19, so it's like, you know.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. Did you just say you came on a cat?
Guys, I think I have to put money in them either.
Afterward, Shane took to Twitter to say that he didn't F his cat or do anything else like that to his cat, but people were still rightfully concerned for the kitten he received from Trisha Paytas' partner, Moses. After not having a connection to a cat for so long, he seemed to immediately connect with Mario, and so did Cheeto, but they had a tough time acclimating Mario to the dogs they had at the time, which was a husky named Honey and a Labrador named Uno, and there were concerns about the dogs being too rough on Mario when they announced that Mario was in their lives.
Joe was actually pointing out, he was like, but those dogs, like their energy, like they could accidentally love somebody to death. Like, oh my god, crush them.
And then not long after, Shane's now husband Ryland took to social media to announce that Mario had died.
Our kitten that I introduced to you guys last week on the podcast has unfortunately passed away, and I felt it's necessary to tell you what happened.
He talked on his podcast in further detail about what happened.
When we got to where whatever happened, the two cats were next to each other and the two dogs were over there, we still don't know exactly the scenario or what happened. Mario was obviously, there were no punctures and he wasn't bleeding, so it wasn't like one of the dogs had got completely over him. I think if it was malicious, it would have been
harder to find.
A
really bad scene.
So yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Hopefully YouTubers improve their pet game and I don't have to make a second one of these videos, because that is pretty much everything for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Let's take a moment of silence for all of the YouTuber pets who have suffered. And I will see you in my next